Hello, this is Weaponology, and in this video we will be talking about 10 M4 Sherman variants that are used in World War II. Now a little bit of background. The M4 Sherman, or the M4 medium tank, was the United States main battle tank during World War II. The M4 started out its life as the T6 prototype in 1941, where it was tested to replace the M3 Lee. The M4 entered service in 1942 and stayed in service with the United States till 1957. Even though it stopped serving the US, it still serves other countries and organizations to this day. When the M4 entered service, it outclassed the early models of the Panzer tanks, the Italian tanks, and the Japanese tanks as well. Now let's get right into the countdown. Number 1. The M4. The original Sherman is mounted with a 75mm gun, a 50 cal machine gun attached to the commander cupola, and two coaxial 30 cal machine guns, one in the front and the other right next to the 75mm. It had about 3 inches of front armor on the front of the hull and 2 inches on the gun mantlet. Everywhere else it was 1 inch thick. Number 2. The M4A1 105. The main armament was replaced with a 105mm howitzer that was used to destroy bunkers, pillboxes, and clear out masses of enemy troops. It was not the best against enemy tanks, but it will penetrate if fired at the right place. Number 3. The M4A1 76. On this version, the main armament was replaced again, but this time it was with a 76mm gun. This could deliver rounds at higher velocities and penetrate thicker armor on enemy tanks. Number 4. The Sherman Duplex drive. This tank was equipped with 2 propellers that were put behind the tank and a tan folding square that was placed around the tank. These were used to help the tank float and to push the tank through water. These tanks were used in Normandy landing and played a crucial role in capturing the beaches. Number 5. The M4A3E2, or the Jumbo. This Sherman had improved armor, almost as thick as Tiger front armor, and were hard to destroy. The front armor plate was upgraded to be about 3.5 inches thick, and the gun mantlet was also switched out for a much thicker one that had a thickness of 3.5 inches as well. Number 6. The Sherman Calliope. This Sherman had a modified turret that could carry the T-34 tank-mounted rocket launcher. Earlier versions of this launcher used 60 114mm M8 rockets. Later models used 183mm rockets. These tanks were destructive pieces of extreme mobile and versatile artillery that can rain death from above at an alarming rate and an incredible range. Number 7. The Sherman Firefly. You may recognize this tank because it was used in the movie Fury. This Sherman had its 75mm gun replaced with the new British 76.2mm gun. With this cannon, the Sherman could effectively take up newer German tanks like the Panther and the Tiger. Number 8. The Sherman Crab. This was a modified tank that had cylinder placed in front of it and mounted to the tank so that it can turn in the air. Attached to this cylinder were many chains that had balls attached to the end. This was used to detonate and clear anti-tank mines from the ground and set them off a safe distance away from the tank. Number 9. Sherman Crocodile. This was a modified Sherman that had a flamethrower mounted right next to the main armament. This was used in the D-Day landing as well as throughout the Pacific campaign to clear out jungles from hidden soldiers and burn their cover to the ground. Number 10. Hobart's Funnies. This is more of a category than a specific type or model, but this was a phrase that was used to refer to these types of tanks. This is because all of these tanks belong to the 79th Armored Division. I know who commanded that division? A guy named Hobart. These tanks range from bridge layers all the way to recovery vehicles. Some were even used as bulldozers as well. The first time that the Sherman saw combat was in 1942 in the Western Desert Campaign. The first battle was with Panzer IIIs and IVs with high-velocity 50 and 75mm guns. Shermans were lost and destroyed, but Panzers were destroyed as well. The Sherman will go on to prove itself later in the war and show the might of America. Another reason why the Sherman exceeded itself as a tank was because it was easy to produce, relatively cheap, and could be produced in vast quantity. The Army took a gamble by choosing such a tank, because it's generally inferior to later German designs. Instead of the Army going with the quality of the tank, they went with the quantity. The logic being that it doesn't matter how great a tank is, if it is outnumbered and thereby outgunned. Being as it may, the M4 was in no way a perfect tank, but it was reliable, it was important, and helped win the war. It will forever be in history and be the tank that took down the Germans. Hello, this is Weaponology here. If you liked the video, hit that like button. And if you want to see more, comment down below what you want me to do next. And subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. Thank you for watching.